Don't worry, Jason can cut out us putting on our shirts and cut straight back to here, where I say, "Welcome to our session in our dramatic read. I hope you enjoyed your stay." We return to the Lost Lands in our intrepid travelers' very maligned adventures after, I think, 4 weeks of hiatus. I'm gonna call it the 4 weeks of idiots who don't know how to keep a consistent schedule.
I was here
us collectively. Jason, of course, I'm gonna throw under the bus the most because he was the most recent one, so it's all his fault. Sent his complaints. No. Jason was the most recent offender. It's all his fault. Does anybody here wish to give a compelling recap of the story last session, since I didn't remember it? And I'm sure the viewers could use some help too.
I nominate
We
Ken.
didn't go in the cave.
Step one.
The first done thing that we done did is we decided not to go into them there cave, right? And we adventured along the edge of the swamp, and after much debate on whether the thing following us in that them there swamp would attack us or not, and we should travel through the mountains or something, but we did not know about water in them there mountains, so we decided to follow along the swamp some more. And Iskaresh left out some poisoned goodies for a god of sorts that lives in them there swamp. Some snake thing that put snakes everywhere, multiple nights in a row. And then after a number of days where he put snakes out after we left a trail of poison and cups and other such gems and things like that on rocks nearby our camp, he led us into the swamp a ways and cut down our travel time to the location we were heading to by a large amount of time. Now, upon arriving to our destination on the other edge of the swamp, we found that the village or other such settlement had been burned to the ground, or scorched in some fashion of the word.
A few things of note I believe you missed was that along the way, traveling through the forest, the god snake beast bestowed several gifts upon our travelers, including the power of green blood to our good friend Worf, the power of something wriggling inside of its stomach to our good friend Salazar, and I believe there were other powers, but I don't recall.
I got green feathers.
And
That's right.
green scales that glowed.
And green
sometimes.
scales.
That only occasionally showed up.
Now, it should be noted, however, that only Worf has noticed any of these abnormalities. So hopefully he shall either speak up soon, or this shirt makes me look like I'm about to go into a job interview.
Wait, this isn't a job interview?
I thought it was too, dude.
I couldn't find any clean clothes, so I'm wearing this.
That is the sexiest shirt you could have chosen. It's a low-cut V tank top or muscle shirt.
No, it's actually
Wait, that's even gayer.
I look good. I mean, really good.
I
It's fine
decided to
because
add the tie
Cupcake's
for,
gone.
I added the tie for some more style.
Wait, maybe I can play taps. Oh, I can play taps on my synthesizer. This can only go well.
Cupcakes has returned with like 13 liters of water in his hand.
Dude, wait, hold on.
That's who I saw.
Do.
That's who you saw.
Yo,
I'm hot. Holy shit.
That was my taps.
You look like Tom Holland when he sang Umbrella and Lips.
That is exactly what I also thought. It was Tom Holland singing Umbrella. you missed the recap. I want to do kind of like a candid interview thing with our various players and just have them quickly weigh in on how their characters are feeling about the last, say, 3 weeks of traveling through this land. Starting with you, Worf. How do you feel about the state of your adventures through these lost lands?
I mean, it's interesting. It's not ideal. I don't have that much food on me, and my mule's gone. I would like to have somebody carry all my stuff for me. And so I'm trying to push it on to other people, but they don't really want to help. They're not the nicest people, but don't tell them I said that. And then there's the cat guy. He seems cool. He wants to help me, but if he's on the edge of a cliff and he needs help, I'll probably just push him off myself. Let's be honest. But yeah.
You know, sentiments I'm sure we can all agree with. We all wish we had an extra set of hands in our life. Up next we have Salazar, our compassionate, not necessarily intellectual compatriot. How do you feel about these last few weeks traveling through these lost lands?
I still too many people sad. We need make them more happy. Aspen's still missing. Need to find Doggy.
Touching, truly touching, like Amanda Seyfried in Mean Girls. Is Koresh. I think you're next. So your time with us has been short. I still think you have an interesting perspective that you can share.
Well, it seems to me that most of my tribe and extended family is dead because of these fuckos. But, I like the one who summons the dead. He seems pretty cool. And, they brought me into some deep shit that I really did not want to be a part of.
Yeah, it truly seems that you have been doomed forever as a result of your newfound friends, and we'll see how that pans out in the long term. Dominus, we're gonna switch over to you and get your insight on your... I know you've had a somewhat troubled history with your companions thus far, maybe some reservations. Let's hear what your thoughts on that.
I have learned much on my travels ever since everything went to shit. Mostly that my friends here are dumb and want to die. Like Salazar, who decided that touching a boulder that was rolling down a cliff was the best idea he ever had. But they'll make nice corpses. And hey, that is Koresh guy. He's cool. He let me resurrect his people as slaves, so that was nice.
Truly a patient plan to be holding on to friends long term for the use of subjugating them in the next life. And I do appreciate the collective and consistent use of the adjective cool to fuck me. Of the adjective cool to describe each other. Really encapsulates everything. Great job, guys.
Well, I didn't say that word once.
Yeah, 1 out of 4.
Because you're not cool.
You have not learned the Cool Patrol dance.
You get all that, kid? That wasn't actually very helpful. That was just like an instructional dance. Hell yeah.
So, we resume with our parties, viewing the village I believe they were looking forward to arriving at, with maybe some shelter and food, and hospice, and yet it seems to be in a desolate state. What will they do is the question I pose to them as I have turned the controls to them.
So it looks like everything burned down over there. Maybe there's some corpses.
Maybe nobody's living there, we can rebuild, and... Yeah, that'd be the best idea, right? Just take over the land. It's probably safe.
Hello! Is anybody there?
It's Koresh. Why are you shouting? It's still like 700 feet away.
Are we gonna drop on the
flock of
ground and hug the
birds.
ground trying to hide?
I go into like cliche anime scroll girl waving from really far away.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna start walking through the open field that we just arrived at towards the village.
As you walk towards the field, sort of intermittently, vultures, ravens, other such carrion birds are flying away, disturbed by your presence. And also, Koresh is shouting, has disturbed the wildlife within the forest. It smells like burnt flesh, burnt wood. It's got that a village has just been massacred kind of smell to it. It's how I would best describe it.
Smells like Thursday.
Mhm. I think Dominus and Worf are really familiar with these kinds of smells,
Oh yeah.
especially.
They're good,
So
like
we have Dominus strolling towards the village.
with
Salazar.
with Rattles next to me.
Oh yeah, I'm like hopping along, just waving the entire time.
I'm gonna keep an eye out on the sky, just like looking around while we walk.
You're accompanying, and you two.
Yeah,
as
I'll
Koresh,
walk
I assume.
like 30 feet behind Dominus.
I assume you two are walking towards the village. Is Koresh?
Yes.
So you managed to make it to the village unscathed, unharmed, other than some ill spirit, bad vibes. When you enter the village, I want you to all roll perception checks for me as I describe it for you. So, you can see that at one time this village was not prosperous per se, but it did clearly have somewhat of a stable thing going. There's a small town square, a market district for people to have gathered with stalls that are still mostly intact in terms of their structure, just covered in ash. The buildings themselves are still somewhat standing, but the roofs of many, if not most of the houses, have collapsed into the buildings and are covered in charred ash all around. You can't immediately see any signs of life about outside of carrion birds implicating corpses nearby. There's not any fire still burning. It is just ash, and perhaps it rained recently while you were in the forest without
No smoke or anything.
No, everything is smoking still, but it's the
Okay.
So
the
it's still
fires.
kind of new.
Like
Yeah,
embers.
it was oak wood. It burns very slowly, and the fire's been out for 4 days. Kind of smoke, not the it just got put out smoke. Worf, you alone notice there's a patch of dirt to the north. You're entering. Oh fuck! You're entering from the west, right? Yeah. So you're coming in. Yeah, right. So from the north. I'm so bad at directions. I'm so sorry. So you're entering from the east, from the northwest corner of the village. You notice trampled mud dirt. It's lightly disturbed, I would say, but clearly more so than the rest of the ground around it. There's a heavy stamping there.
Does it look like it was going like out, or does it just look like a worn trail? Kind of.
From where you are right now, that is unclear,
Okay.
but it is quite different than the rest of the ground around the village.
Guys, it looks like there might have been people escaping from over there, and I point out the grass that I see disturbed.
I'm gonna go
Or
smell
coming
it.
in.
It's about 100 feet off, I would say. About 200.
Sniff, sniff.
All right, so you're gonna smell it. What are you smelling for?
Just any signs of life or any kind of distinguishable scent trail.
Oh, professional DM, by the way. Did I ever mention in the past as to what the racial makeup of this village was?
I
Not that I
don't
recall.
believe
No.
so.
I didn't think so either. I just didn't want to contradict myself.
Yeah, you said
considering
that
I
it
had-
might or might not been inhabited. You never said what, because we didn't know for sure if it was gonna
Okay, yeah,
have
yeah.
people or not.
So you smell the ground, and what you smell is sod. You smell fecal matter, but you also smell very faintly a recognizable smell, which is the smell of lizard folk.
Can I see like which direction they went, or like, yeah, would that be survival? Like
Um,
tracking, kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what is clear is that this is been trampled to the point where both people entered via this path and left via this path. And it's about 15 feet, 20 feet wide, enough for 4 men to stand abreast, coming in between 2 of the houses on the outskirts.
Okay.
Gonna sneer and start muttering under my breath about the filthy lizard men while trying to clean all this shit out of my rings from crawling around smelling shit.
Yeah. You also detest with your god tier 29 survival, I should mention. You also not only tell that, along with it being lizardmen, along with it being a 2-way path, you also detect that it was presumably a very heavily weighted battalion of some kind, or very heavily traversed in a short period of time. But due to the fact that the rest of the village doesn't have this same kind of disturbance, more than likely it was
Intruders.
stomping, churring, etc. before the group disbanded.
Okay.
Perhaps they had some kind of equipment here as well.
What looks to be the largest building that's still, like, structurally there, like the foundations of like the largest building?
You can see 2. There is a town hall at the far end of the square. What you presume is a town hall anyways. It's a large rectangular building made of very heavy wood that has not collapsed as of yet. It appears to be about 2 stories. It's 60 feet wide, 40 feet tall. And you see a second building, and it's just slightly outside the town. And it's some kind of tower, maybe a windmill or something. You can't tell just at a glance. I mean, you don't see any blades, but there's a tower by the outskirts of town that is smoldering, but doesn't show any signs of structural collapse.
What direction is that tower?
South,
Okay.
which would be left from where you entered, right? Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna start making my way over to what I presume is the town hall.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything in that time?
Yeah, I'll follow after him, and
I'm just
be
gonna
on the
check some of the
lookout
buildings
for any
for-
bodies. Point them out to
Rattles.
Yeah, what are you doing,
Rattle.
Salazar?
I'm gonna go around smelling and seeing if I can find anything still alive nearby.
So we're gonna get a perception check from Worf, looking for.
alchemy stuff.
That's what you're looking for specifically.
Yeah.
We're
Through the
also
building.
going to get a D100 from you, and also from Salazar, a D100. And then Salazar is giving me. What are you looking for specifically?
Any signs of life?
Okay, another perception check.
From both of us, or just him?
Just him. What are you perceiving, is Koresh?
bodies.
Just on the way to the town hall?
Yeah, just keeping a cursory glance.
Okay, you do not notice any bodies on the way to the town hall, but on the way to the town hall, you trip upon a covered wooden thing made of very, very hard wood, covering. It's just a trapdoor. It's just a fucking
Okay.
trapdoor, but it was covered up in dirt and dust, and you managed to find it with your 25.
Does it look disturbed at all?
It looks like it hasn't been touched in fucking forever, is what it looks like.
Okay.
And you, in fact, can't actually see a handle on it. It is just a wooden blockade in the ground. Hatch.
Hey,
Solid wood.
Dominus, something's over here.
Hmm?
And I'll kick on the door with my pickaxe.
I'll come over and have like Rattles reach down. Is there any way to get like a hold of anything? Like, can he get his bony fingers?
Yeah,
between,
so
like,
it's 5 feet by 5 feet ish door, and it's one of the flat, and then there are like raised sections nailed into it,
Mhm.
kind of thing. So you could attempt to grab one of those, or you could attempt to smash through it.
I'll have him grab it. Try to grab it first.
All right, go ahead and do a grapple check or a strength check. That is. And then in the meantime, Salazar, let's see. You managed to avoid trouble as you explore the town for the time being. And you were looking for signs of life? Well, you don't
Yes.
find any life currently, but behind one of the houses to the north of the town, somewhat near where the lizards came in, you do find a trail of blood. As for you, Worf, you also managed to avoid trouble for the time being. And you rolled a dank 19, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You don't find anything, but you do notice an insignia of a mortar and pestle emblazoned on the tower.
The one to the south?
Yes.
Okay. How far is that tower?
I'm going to call it, at your best disease-addled guesstimate, about 500 feet.
Okay. Should I split the party?
In for a penny, in for a pound. We're already here, buddy.
You're right. I'll go to the tower.
Optimal. Salazar, are you going over to the blood?
I'm gonna like rub myself down with soot and try and sneak as much as possible, like low to the ground and close to walls, and try to follow the trail of blood. Really, really poorly.
Hey, Stay does not say man.
So the trail of blood is situated behind one of the houses, and you follow it out of town for a fair bit before it terminates in just a pool of blood in the field. And you take note that this is the only blood that you've noticed in this massacre thus far. The trail started about 40 feet away from Ken's scuff-marked thing. Roll a perception check.
That
You hear.
that is 4 consecutive perception 5s.
That's pretty amazing. You don't see anything, but you do smell a something. It's unclear what it is coming from the north.
I'm actually
I,
gonna sneak up to the
West?
tower.
I'm gonna poke the blood with the stick, like prodding the ground around the pool of blood.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you.
That's just for me going to the tower, by the way.
Yeah, your stealth check, unlike his stealth check, is quite effective. Is Koresh, Dominus, what are you guys doing?
Oh well, I've rolled the knowledge
Trying to get this
engineering.
thing open.
The best way to get into the trapdoor. With it,
Well,
would
you
it-
figure there's a bit of a structural instability in one of the nail seams that you may be able to pry something underneath and jam it really hard and cause the door to fracture down one of the stress marks.
Yeah, I'll do that with my pickaxe then. Just like jam the
Alright.
tip of it in and just shatter the whole thing.
Alright, go ahead and give me a finesse check. You can do strength or dex.
Strength.
Yeah. It's technique or strength, you know?
Just a dex check?
Yeah.
Oh baby.
So the trapdoor fucking shatters. You see 2 red dots at the bottom of the hole before a tentacle comes up out of the hole, grabs your pickaxe, and yanks it out of your hand. Do you want to hold on to your pickaxe?
Yes, I want to hold on to my pickaxe.
Alright, strength check, buddy.
I'm going to assist him. And Rattles
No
is
time.
to-
This is a
Ah.
very rapid process. It's just like alright, let's get one of these dank D20s going on my end. Bad news, buddy. You're in the well.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
What are you
Well,
doing, Dominus?
I'm just watching him disappear. Is that what's happening?
It's exactly like so. From your perspective, you see it's Koresh. He's poking around the well's top. I'm calling it a well. It's a well, by the way. Spoilers. as it was at some point. So he's poking around this trapdoor before he goes, jams his pickaxe in, fries it, explodes, and then the next thing you see, he's just in the hole. Just pulled straight down. You do see the tentacle. It's not like you think he jumps in.
That's unfortunate. I liked him. I look around to see the other two are gone. I mean,
well, so you can't see Worf. Worf is
stealth.
gone. Somehow you can hear Salazar walking from where he is. Being so unselfish.
He's so sneaky.
And in fact, if you want to make a perception check to notice what he has not yet noticed approaching him, now you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, I'm gonna jump in along with Rattles.
I love this plan, guys. Are you gonna call out to anyone before you do?
Nah, fuck that. Downward plunge with the sword.
We're gonna cut away from that scene straight away.
What the hell after this?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, do you want odds or evens, Ken?
Even.
Too bad. Salazar, let's talk about your day. So, you're gonna poke the both of stick is the last thing I heard you say?
Yep.
So what does that look like?
Just grabbing whatever random bit of burnt wood is around and, like, poking the ground to, like, see how soggy it is, like, how long the blood's been there, type thing.
Okay, so you're gonna sort of investigate it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The blood is fairly fresh, and if you want to give me an intelligence check, which I understand may not be your forte.
The saddest part is, it really, really is.
I know. That's good enough. So you're able to ascertain not too much about it, like you don't know if she's O positive or anything crazy like that. But what I will tell you is that it's pretty evident to you that this blood is fresher than the burnings. Is that the burnings took place within the last week, this blood within the last 3 days. So that's your best estimate.
I'm gonna drop the stick and just look around, see if I can find anything else useful.
You can give me 2 perception checks, actually. Do you want to roll for danger first, or do you want to roll for...
We'll do danger first.
I gave you the choice. Oh,
5, 5, 5, 5.
I
Okay,
rolled
so
a 5 also.
So the thing you smelled to the north,
Mhm.
you now see a rustling to the north.
Lovely.
About 100 feet away right now. And because it is making its best effort to be stealthy, you don't know what it is, but it is moving towards you.
Dun, dun, dun.
But as you look around, you also notice the trail picks back up. You can't tell if it's the same trail, but you do notice a second patch of blood about 15 feet to the right of you.
Nearby.
Fuck it. To the right of you, to the opposite direction of the death that's approaching you, about 15 feet away. You see a small streak of blood. We're gonna cut to Worf. No, we'll give you a little bit. Actually, yeah. What are you gonna do? We'll give you one more turn.
I'm gonna, like, ready my weapon just to have it on hand, my my claws, and start following the blood trail.
Worf, what's up?
I'm just gonna go towards that tower.
So, you make it to the tower. Unperturbed. Great for you. 25 stealth is always nice. The tower is quite plain. Just basic stone, wood kind of construct. It could be a mill. It could be a windmill. You can't really tell from the outside. But you do come upon a door, which is quite unlike the makings of the rest of the tower, highly ornate as far as these things go. It's made of a nicer mahogany wood with etchings and carvings upon it. Nicely.
Can I decipher any of them?
Yeah, they're arcane. But if you want to give it or alchemical, I mean, if you want to give it a roll, knowledge arcane to see if you know anything more about it. But just instantly, you know this is alchemical shit in here. Also, you
it
cough
would
up
be
some.
craft.
You cough up some blood, by the way.
Still
Mention.
green?
Still green. Given that green light. So yeah, nicely wrought etchings. It's alchemical.
Okay. I'm gonna examine. Are there any windows on the bottom?
None windows. In fact, there are no windows. Period.
Okay.
That you can see.
Like,
You can make a perception check.
This building looks up the code.
Okay, there's no
Uh,
code.
how like round is the building, or like how big is it? Round?
Building is 20 feet wide.
20 feet. I'm gonna listen at the not at the door. I'm gonna listen at the wall. Since
Yeah.
I have tremor hearing.
Do some tremor sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what I hear.
What a roll, dude. Do you ever get like someone just rolls so well that you're kind of like, what the fuck am I supposed to tell them now? All right. You notice a few things. The first of which is that you do hear a movement inside. The towers, you don't know how tall, but the movement appears to be about 50 feet up. And it's a footsteps movement that is quite obvious to you. Number two is kind of all throughout it, you hear a writhing sound, like something moving against itself. Not really clear what that is. And number three, you have used your deific tremor sense powers to have detected a structural instability up near the top of the tower.
Okay. Like, if it was to mess with, the whole thing would just come crumbling down, kind of thing, or
Like, who knows? You just know there's something funky up with that wall right there.
can I like see the wall where it's funky?
Yeah, you can see it. It's 80 feet up.
80 feet up. Do I blow it up?
That has been your plan henceforth. And it's been a good one. If you need some time to think, we can cut to our
Yeah,
Tweedledum and
I'll think for
Tweedledee
a
over here.
second.
So let's talk about this diving into the well thing.
Ah!
What does this look like?
Wings spread to make sure that I can still slow down if I want to. But yeah, just
So
you know
you're
in Dark
not-
Souls
you're-
when you plunge from a high place down on an enemy. It's that.
But you're doing a
With the
controlled
two-handed sword.
descent, like it's not like an angel from heaven sword out kind of thing, like as fast as possible.
Yeah.
That is not what you're doing, or that is what
No,
you're
that is
doing.
that is what I'm doing.
Okay. In that case, you will in fact catch up to the Izkaresh. The well's really fucking deep, by the way. So if you could picture the scene from Lord of the Rings 2 where they're all falling, that's kind of what's happening. You've got Izkaresh is falling, and you've got Gandalf is plunging after them with the sword.
Also, Rattles is next to me.
Yeah, but he's falling much slower as he is quite unaerodynamic, sadly.
The other
not
skeleton is still standing at the top of the
not
well.
that he's not necessarily aerodynamic. I just don't think Rattles understands the concept of aerodynamics in the first place. So he's just kind of like, "Deh."
But he can
Yeah,
use
but
a
all the
magic
wind's going
sword.
through him. It's fine.
yeah. I think he wears armor though, doesn't he?
No.
No. Okay. Either way, that's not the point. You're creating you're piercing the air and creating a.
Yeah.
Okay. So after about 150 feet, I'm telling you that it could be completely wrong. I warn you. Your sense of depth is not perfect in this context. You do catch up to the tentacle and Izkaresh. You are even with them, and you can see now nothing. Like, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
You do too, right, Izkaresh?
Yeah.
Everyone
It'd
but
be
me.
awkward otherwise. So you see the tentacle is a thick, about 2 feet wide, brown tentacle with mottled green spots on it. Gripping the pickaxe by one end with Izkaresh on the other end of the pickaxe. So you've just reached the midway point on them. And you can also act Izkaresh, but you were so fucking flabbergasted by what was happening, you've just come to your senses.
Let go of the
Yeah,
pickaxe.
What else? What else? Like, is it just the tentacle we can see? You can't see a body or anything?
You see walls, and you see darkness beneath you.
I don't think letting go of the pickaxe is really gonna help at this point.
I can fly.
Will I have to roll a concentration check to cast a spell?
You would certainly have to roll a concentration check to cast a spell, yes. I should point out to you, you've been falling about 100 feet. Dark Vision's about 120, if I remember correctly. This hole is really fucking deep.
Yeah, I have 90-foot dark vision.
Just reiterating that concept to you.
Very long tentacles, also.
Yeah.
There, yeah. Or you're in a wormhole, one of the two.
Okay, I am
Sick.
going to try and cast Burning Disarm.
Okay, what does that do? Also, that seems incredibly topical. Disarm or that arm? Read a description of that spell, please.
I think that will just.
Perfect. Spell causes a metal object to instantly become red hot. The pickaxe. You know you're also holding the pickaxe. Are you still holding the pickaxe when you're casting the
Yes,
spell?
and I'm not letting go of the pickaxe.
Very funny. A creature holding the item may attempt a reflex save to drop it and take no further damage. Take 1d4 points. And what's your caster level?
5.
Well, neither of you fucks are letting go of this thing, so let's roll for some damages.
Per cast level. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5d4.
Oh, I might. This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing.
Twice now,
Correct.
one for him and one for you.
Yeah, correct. No, you roll once, yeah.
25.
Great roll, Lapis.
Jesus.
Ouch.
Take 25 damage.
I'm unconscious.
I have 2
You're-
HP.
Oh
You're an
my
idiot.
god.
Thank God that didn't hit Rap, because he would be unconscious, right?
Shouldn't we
No,
all be
how-
max HP because we were walking for?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're all max health.
27.
I should warn you
That's
that when
37. What are you talking about?
you do that, you see sparks go off in the air around the pickaxe. Some kind of unstable reaction, though it hasn't been fully formed. It was just heat, not fire, presumably.
Ah,
So how long does this go? This just goes until one of you lets go?
No. It's just that one round.
otherwise you'd be dead.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Okay, so you guys continue to fall. Anything else you want to do, geniuses?
Yeah,
but
I'm
you do
gonna
see the
heal-
tentacle
I'm-
writhe in pain. Wait, where was your concentration check? It's gonna be so dank.
I can do a concentration check.
There was a concentration in that, or well, he's giving you the description. It had a. Oh,
No,
it
no,
had
it's
it was
concentration plus 10.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
when I roll, I have to beat a what? 10 to succeed.
You
Is that
just
how
roll. I'll
concentration-
tell you if you succeed. How about that? Considering you're
Okay.
currently plummeting down a hole.
That's fair.
Gripping a pickaxe. Not even positive.
What,
you can
what would
cast some
that be?
edit-
Would that be spellcraft?
That would be
or-
concentration.
Concent-
Is that not? Is concentration not a thing in Pathfinder?
It is, but I think it might be a
It's part of-
DC. I think it's
Hey,
a
look,
DC and
It's,
not
it's on
a.
spells. It's on spells. There's a
It's on
concentration.
spells.
Oh, it is okay.
There you go.
Oh, you roll d20 and add your caster level, and
Okay.
the ability score modifier used to determine the bonus spells of that type. Okay, so it's like your wisdom or whatever plus your level.
So 23.
Yeah, all right, you make it. Great job. You guys both burn horribly. The tentacle writhes in pain dramatically, but continues to hold on. It does like sort of batter you against the walls a bit inadvertently, but you don't take any damage in the process. And I think I heard Dominus say he was going to attempt to cast a healing spell.
Yeah, I have to touch him, and I don't want to do that. So, I'm gonna keep plunging and see how far it goes until I stab whatever's at the bottom of this, I guess.
Alright, you're moving a good 2 times faster than him. Rattle's moving a good half times faster than him. So we've got Rattles is Koresh. Rav right now. Let's go back.
Can I grab the stone from, or like put a hand in my pocket to touch the stone that goes with my sword to, like, if I wanted to pump energy into it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll just put a hand in there and wait until I can see whatever is at the bottom of this.
Okay, also, if either of you, now that you've seen the tentacle, want, you can roll Knowledge Arcana / Dungeoneering. That still exists.
Hmm. 26.
A dank 13.
Is Koresh. You recognize this as kind of the magical beast equivalent of a trapdoor spider. Now, you don't really know too much about it, as it's been gone forever. As in, one hasn't been cited in living memory or pre-living memory. It's just rumors you're going off of here. But the concept here is that they move into previously uninhabited spaces, take them up, and then attempt to snag unsuspecting travelers from above and pull them down into their belly. It's presumably where you're going right now. Kind of like a Sarlacc pit thing going on. You know that. Dominus does not. So, Salazar, let's go back to you.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I still think that's probably what I'm thinking is like something's gonna try to eat us.
I'm just following this blood trail.
Salazar, role-playing his character to perfection once again, is muted, and I do not believe he knows that.
Yeah, I'm just sniffing along this blood trail still.
Okay.
Listening out
So-
for something moving behind me faster than it has been.
So you can hear it's more or less matching speed with you. You can roll another perception check, not now, but at the end of... Just do it now. So you're going to follow the blood trail for a while. It's going to go for about nothing. You know nothing. It's going to go for about 60 feet, maybe 100. I'm going to say 100, before turning around in a slow parabolic arc and then vanishing again. So you end up about 60 feet from where you started, but over a bit and walking back the way you came.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and like sneak my way back into the town, like over the wall or between buildings or something. Just avoiding whatever's following me.
Okay. Give us a sneak check. Okay, nice. So you're gonna sneak back towards town. I'm gonna, and you're gonna be able to make it back to town successfully. And once you're there, you can give me another perception check if you so choose, or you can do something to bolster your chances. However, you do notice once you get back in town, you can sort of peek up over the grass and notice what appears to be a human woman crouching in the grass towards you. You being where she thinks you are, that being in the middle of the field where you are not.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye on her for a minute and see if she looks hostile or just lost or what have you.
You can't necessarily tell from just looking at her. If you want to take a visual, you can't even really see her very well, honestly. A figure in the grass currently. Picture me with my hood on.
Alright, I'll ready my claw in my right hand and do the anime wave with the left hand.
She's
Just
facing
like-
away from you right now,
Oh, yeah,
so you're gonna have to okay.
Just like, hello!
Surprisingly, she does not have eyes in the back of her head and does not notice your anime wave. So she's creeping slowly towards where you were, she gets there and looks confused, and she kind of looks, and before turning and seeing you doing this, and she kind of visibly takes a step back before trying to like hide back into the grass, but it's clear she's not succeeding at this point. You know exactly where she is. And she's like, she's doing the I'm a cat, I'm invisible, you can't see me thing right now, essentially.
God, he's found his soulmate.
Alright, what's up, Worf?
Sallow Wharf.
Worf, my new favorite character.
Have I heard, is the person still like moving around
Yeah, it's kind of not constant, but it's steady. Somebody
working
doing
or something,
rounds.
maybe?
Yeah, something steady.
It's just one pair of footsteps that
That's what you hear.
I'm gonna prepare an invisibility potion,
Alright.
and then I'm gonna get actually I'm gonna observe the door first to see if it has like any traps or alarms that I can see on it from the outside, which is like maybe magical or anything.
Yeah, you can give me another perception check for that. We'll inspect.
Perception?
Sure. Yeah, it's untrapped. I kind of want to tell you. But,
Wait,
you
what?
know,
The door is trapped?
Untrapped, you're good.
Untrapped? Okay. I'm gonna drink the invisibility potion and then sneak inside, so.
Give me a stealth check for that then. Okay, well, you're not exactly walking too quietly, but you are perfectly fucking invisible. So when you enter into the room, yeah, you're confronted by kind of an alchemical laboratory, actually. You see two workbenches to the left and forward of you with beakers, flasks, mortar and pestle, kind of similar to what the heretics' house had in the village that is now doomed. But somewhat more well organized. Perhaps the person who has this collection is a little bit more knowledgeable as to what these things do. You also see a couple crates, boxes, just sorting systems. That's what you see there, as well as a spiral staircase leading up the outer wall of the room.
Okay. Is there any trapdoors leading down or anything? Or is it just the staircase going up?
You don't see anything. To the left of you, there's a big pile of boxes stacked up, right? Then the back left, and then you've got the tables in front of that and to your left. Past that, there's a shelving unit covered in jars with eyes and frog legs and whatever else is in Alchemical Man's laboratory. And then straight in front of you, you've got another workbench, and then the stairs. That's what you can currently see.
I'm gonna rip off my tumor, turn it into a rat, and then send it up the stairs. And I could talk
Okay.
to my tumor telepathically, but I can't see what it sees.
So stairs go up about 20 feet, 25 feet. This can lead you to guess that the third floor will house the footsteps you heard before. The second floor is quite similar to the first floor, but the set of tools and equipments are somewhat different in a nuanced fashion, not necessarily an important one, but similar setup. You've got two benches once again, but this time there's no pile of boxes. You just see neatly organized sorting, significantly improved sorting, in fact, almost as if as they inhabited the tower, their sorting got better.
Okay. I'll send it up the next flight of stairs.
Okay, third floor is no one's there. First of all, you see no one. You should roll a perception check, by the way. So you see the same site once again. Two tables, but this time the tables are made of a significantly higher quality wood. The same mahogany that the front door is, with runings, engravings, and etchings, as well as glass and metal beakers, as opposed to poor wood and stone ones. Well-sorted benches, well-sorted racks, etc.
Do I still hear the footsteps?
Are you gonna take a listen to the wall?
Yeah.
No, you don't hear the footsteps.
I don't see my tumor doesn't see anything up there.
Nope, doesn't see anything.
Okay. Are there any more stairs going up?
There are no more stairs.
What's the ceiling look like?
It's quite high. Reaches up about to where that structural instability was, but slightly lower. And then is just a flat ceiling that leads into the spinneret above it.
I'm gonna go back out. Are there any windows up on any of the floors I saw?
No
On the inside?
windows.
No windows. Okay. Go back out. Close the door. I'm gonna bring my tumor's gonna sit in the first floor room. And I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay, it's gonna sit in the first floor room.
Yeah, my tumor is, and then I'm gonna be outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock on the closed door.
Does the tumor hear?
Yeah, it's like a normal familiar, but it can shapeshift.
Either way, you hear, and the tumor also hears footsteps coming down the stairs, to the first floor, but it does not see anything.
Okay.
The door glows a bright blue, and one of the center insignias disappears completely and leaves sort of a metallic shimmer in its place for about 10 seconds before returning to normal. And you hear footsteps returning back up the stairs.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna poke the door.
When you poke the door, the whole thing glows a soft red for just a brief second, just a blip. Almost unnoticeable. But you notice it, naturally. Clever boy. Lost in thought. All right, Dominus is Koresh. What are you guys doing?
Ah!
Just gonna keep
I mean-
falling, and you're just gonna keep falling until you can't.
Yeah, I mean, Izzy's not
hmm.
gonna let go of his fucking pickaxe, so I guess I have to.
No, I think Izzy's gonna kill himself in pursuit of the pickaxe.
I literally can't cast spells without my pickaxe, so nice. Um, hmm.
Can I try to hand off the gem to Izzy?
You could try, yes, and also you're about 100 feet past him now.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe not. I'll just keep plunging until I see.
We're
whatever
still
the
we're
bottom
like
is.
350 feet down by now. This well.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Has the thought of sunder the tentacle not crossed your mind, Mr. Greatsword?
I can't get through 2 feet of fucking salt.
It's flesh. It's a greatsword.
Some genius level intellects we have in this party, boys. Well, either way, as that thought apparently has not occurred to Dominus, we shall continue to plummet for the next 1,000 feet. Before plummeting not down into a cold, unforgiving ground, but up into a green, lush landscape. You are now on an island floating in the sky, about 15 feet across, with nothing, just blue sky around you.
Shit, I'm dead.
But of course, accepting the tentacle writhing past you,
Oh,
and running off around the edge of the platform and back under it.
maybe not dead. Well. I'm gonna land on the platform. I have time before Izzy whizzes past me, right?
Yeah, about 6 turns probably.
Yeah. I'll land on the platform
Chop chop.
and wait until I can like see him, and then cut the thing.
So to clarify, your plan is to wait until you can see Izzy and then cut the tentacle?
Yes.
Roll to hit. We're just gonna skip to it. Yeah. Time passes. You see Izzy.
This is gonna go great.
I can imagine no ways in which this
Oh,
could go back.
that's alright. That's alright.
Oh, I read the wrong number as red.
Yeah, I
That-
did too.
That would have been. I would have liked that. So you chop the tentacle. Cleaves cleanly in two and sprays brown blood all the fuck over you. Blood is maybe an exaggeration. Probably viscous goop is more accurate. The momentum from the tentacle, because it's pulling Izzy quite quickly, continues, and instead of being pulled over the edge, he just goes flying straight up about 10 feet up past the hole.
Wait, what?
Yes. Don't question the physics of a pocket dimension.
So I went back up the well?
No. You flew out of the hole like 10 feet above Rav's head. Dominus's head.
Oh.
Above the
okay.
island.
And he's falling to the island.
And now he's gonna fall down.
10
What?
feet.
So at the bottom
so
of the
what
well,
happened?
at the
Tentacle, like,
bottom of the
slapped
well
down and
is a
threw it back
portal
up.
to an alternate dimension.
Yeah.
So
You're standing
he-
on a platform on like essentially the other side of the world. Like you went through the well, like the tube of the well, right? Like is like this. And then you came out the other side and you're standing here.
Right?
Precisely.
And I came flying out of this end and now I'm falling backwards this way.
But then he's falling back down. He just flew up 10 feet and now he's coming back
Yeah.
down to you.
Right, that's what I was
Conservation of-
asking. If he's coming back
Mhm.
Yeah, he
towards
is.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but not towards you specifically, because you're off to the side and he's falling down through the portal, presumably.
I thought I was through the portal because I was standing on the platform.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, you are.
Yeah,
to the side.
I went back through the portal. Came out of the portal. Now I'm gonna fall directly back up into the portal.
Oh, okay.
and then back again.
Oh, who
to
knows
you.
what's gonna happen then? I don't even know what's gonna happen. He does have
Um,
Maniacs, however.
Maybe you're in Alice in Wonderland now.
I wanted to catch him as he was like.
You still can. Just stick your arms out.
Oh god, it's like autumn all over again.
I mean, yeah, I am gonna try to catch him.
All right, give me an old thing strength check.
It's okay, there's no mountain here that you can see.
Ah, but they could still fall.
You catch is correct, you old boy. Ah, you scallywag. So we've got a romantic thing going. Kobold in the arms of the angel.
Where did the skeleton fall?
He's still
Yeah,
falling.
what is Rattlestrolley?
He was falling faster
Well,
than Iskaresh.
No, he was
No,
falling
he wasn't.
slowest.
No, he wasn't. He
Slower.
falling
Oh,
He's the
he's
slowest of the
falling
bunch. So he's not here yet.
Okay, I'll wait for him.
Are you
I
gonna
put
catch
Izzy
him?
down on the platform.
After he kisses you.
It's like a really bad Harry
Kiss,
Potter
kiss,
fanfiction.
kiss. That's exactly what this is.
Or a really
Uh.
bad Lord of the Rings fanfiction is more like it.
So Rattles never appears.
Did I just lose another one?
Yeah, you still feel a connection to Rattles, but he never appears in this realm.
I like get on my hands and knees and like look down the hole.
It's a dark shaft from what you can tell.
There's no light at the other end.
No, it was about 1,000 feet long. And also interdimensional portals in your way. That's part of the problem as well.
So
You
it's
stick
not
your
like a straight hole. It's more like looking into a bag of holding.
It's like looking into a bag of holding, yes.
Oh, also, I do actually have a bag of holding on me. Does that
no, you're
cause
fine.
problems?
No, you're
Okay.
fine. Nothing.
Okay.
Everything
Yeah.
explodes!
You're in a different form of pocket dimension.
Okay.
Iskaresh, you can presume that this is the belly of the beast.
We're inside of it right now.
That you are in the belly of the beast.
We're on an island. With a blue sky above us.
And below you.
I am going to just cast a snowball into the distance.
Just gonna cast it
acid-
into the distance.
Acid snowball into the distance.
The
So-
worst case of acid reflux.
So when the snowball hits, like it flies, and then it hits, like, if you can imagine, have you seen Cabin in the Woods? Yeah, like when the bird flies
Like,
into the
no,
invisible wall.
Like when Thor flies into the invisible wall.
Exactly. That happens and it like ripples a bit, and then the blue sky metamorphoses into an acid sky. Like it takes on the properties of your snowball.
Turns like glowing green.
Like a glowing, yeah, phosphoric green.
Hmm.
And you can you feel the air shake a bit.
Like, what kind of shake? Like,
Not like a bad
angry
shake.
or like
No, just like a friendly I'm digesting you kind of shake. The ground beneath you at a similar time, though I think is coincidental, begins to shake as well.
I think
it's
maybe
just
it's time to start
coincidental. I'm sure
climbing.
that there's no.
I'm gonna
No.
grab Izzy and start
Yeah,
flying
I think
towards
that's-
the hole.
Yeah, I think that's where the
Well, what if there's loot down there?
Fuck the loot.
There's so many corpses.
There are no corpses, you should notice.
Oh, they're probably all been fucking dissolved.
Essence
By
of
acid
corpse.
snowballs. So you're gonna go back through the hole?
Yeah, with Izzy.
But you can't. It's like a
What?
forced blockade. So when you attempt to go through the hole, it's not a solid forest wall. It's kind of like pushing against something that's incredibly stretchy but will not break. Like you can push against it and it will bend away like a membrane and then snap back into place.
Ah man, I guess I'm gonna cut through a membrane. Sword first. Focal point to the tip of the sword.
I am going
Go.
to cast resist energy acid on myself.
Okay, go for it. I like your your gumption, dude. Okay, so you're going to stab the membrane.
I'm also channeling negative energy into the sword.
What could go wrong? Roll to hit.
Wait, what do you mean roll a hit?
Roll for
Miss.
damage. You could hit Lapis.
That's the resist energy.
See, now you do hit it, but
My
you know,
damage roll is fucking shit right now.
ones of course not exist in my world, so I don't even think it's the meme. Okay, so you swing at it. I'm reading Jason's comment in Discord. He is distracting my narrative. A very interesting comment. Okay. I think you might be hyperbolizing the ineffectiveness of stomach acid. It would, in fact, dissolve you. It just takes some time. Do not try this at home. Okay, so you swing at the membrane, and when you swing at it, it does slice, but like barely. It just a small slit appears in it, and the air comes sucking from where you are into the tunnel. It's about like a centimeter wide and a centimeter long. It's a slit of a slit of a slit. You hear, it's not a bellowing sound, but it's what an interdimensional magical beast stomach pockets bellowing sound would sound like. And 3 tentacles sprout up from around the sides of your air island. They appear to be rotting tentacles, some kind of undeath-looking tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, this is gonna go great. Okay, so has Rattles hit the other side of that thing yet?
Oh no, he's not coming. Spoilers. Alright, we're gonna switch back to Salazar for now. Before we get too sidetracked in a combat with only 2 players.
I I put my arm down and begin like slowly, cautiously walking towards the person.
Okay, she's wary of you as you approach, but she's not running away.
Are you okay?
She's gonna sort of peek up out of the bush, and now that you're getting closer to her, you can see she's fucking covered in blood. You can't tell if it's hers or not yet, if she's wounded, but you can roll a perception check for that if you will, or like a knowledge medicine.
I'll roll a perception for that. And then
Yeah, and she's gonna come popping up and say, who are you?
adventure. My village destroyed. Looking for friends.
You're not here to do any more harm, are you?
Not on purpose. I help people.
Oh. What do you want with us?
Just looking for somewhere for water and sleep.
Okay, so looking into her eyes, you can tell a couple things looking at her. First of all, just looking in her eyes, you can tell she's not all there right now. She's pretty off. You can also see on her lower abdomen what appears to be a heavy bandaging. She was probably wounded, and quite possibly the blood in the grass that you've been tracking has been hers. No confirmation thus far on that. That's what you can tell with your perception check. She's gonna say, "You're not with those lizards?"
I sneer again. No, lizards bad. They try kill me, kill my friends.
Are you a cat?
I kind of purr.
She's gonna take a hesitant step towards you.
I'm gonna
Unknown person will remember this.
gesture at the stomach wound and ask if I can help.
She says, no, I'm I can take care of myself. This is nothing.
I'm gonna reach out to like lay a hand on her stomach and cure light wounds.
That's sexual harassment.
She's gonna flinch away from you when you do that, and like go, what the fuck? Oh, that's not so bad.
Our party is just a series of unfortunate events. Everybody that we meet just dies horribly.
And none of it was your fault, naturally.
Never.
It's just like he said, unfortunate events, never our fault.
So when you heal her, she's gonna look visibly pleased and then pass instantly out. One of those cathartic, my day's been a mess, I feel safe for 1 second. Damsel in distress
She
face.
wants the D.
Now that you're this close, you can tell she's a very muscular individual. She's got quite short cut auburn hair, is covered in muscles relatively from head to toe, is carrying a small dirk on her left hip and a bow over her back. She's just dressed in sort of plain leathers, with no distinctive markings on them. Both her weapons and her armor seem quite worn, used.
For now, I'm just gonna scoop her up and make my way back towards the town hall.
Go put her by the trapdoor.
Hopefully you don't get kicked off the varsity team. So when you make it into the center of the town, you see Rattles just standing there confused by a hole in the ground.
With the other skeleton?
Yeah. Just by themselves. Just two skeletons just chilling there.
I mean, Rattles is probably looking down into the hole.
Yeah, they're both just like, what do? Dwarf, what's up, dude?
If only you could speak, Necro.
I'm gonna knock again. Does anything happen?
You're gonna knock again? No, nothing happens this time.
Does the door like
It shimmers red, and each time you knock, it actually shimmers a brighter red and is sustained for a second longer.
I want to let you know that the tumor is invisible because it takes on whatever effects I take on
Yeah,
the
okay.
potions. So,
Good tumor.
I'm gonna drink my dexterity mutagen. So I'm gonna gain 1 dex and some. I forget how much AC I get. 2 AC. So and then I'm gonna. Does the walls of the tower shimmer whenever I touch them?
No, it's just the door.
I'm gonna try to climb the wall. of
You
the
spider
tower.
climbing? Or
Nope.
are you just Okay.
I'm just
Poor
climbing.
guy.
Climbing it. Let's hope for the best. This is how I die right here.
Remember, fall damage is bludgeoning.
It is in my world.
I mean, I suppose you could fall on spikes, but
Yeah.
Okay,
that
you
doesn't
make it 10
sound
feet up.
better.
You make it 10 feet up the wall.
Yeah. Keep going. Going
Roll
all the
again,
way to
buddy.
the top. I'm gonna go up
Let's
to the
keep
stable.
let's keep going. Just raw brute
But I do
force
have,
this
I do have
shit.
slow fall.
Okay.
It's my like.
There is a climbing skill,
Oh, is there a climbing skill? Oh.
like 3 below
Well,
acrobatics.
you fell regardless.
Well, I don't take any damage from 10 feet. So,
Okay, so you fall back onto the ground.
yeah. Let's try it again. Wait, how's
Okay.
that not Oh yeah, I'm fine. Wait. That should be a 2 because I didn't put my X up 1.
Okay, so when you fail this time, the door swings open, and you hear a disembodied voice say to you, "Okay, you just look foolish. I wanted you to pass some sort of test, but it seems you're just gonna be climbing up this fucking building like an idiot. Just come in."
I just go in. I don't even ask.
So,
I just,
are you are you gonna stay invisible, or are you gonna blink that off?
I'm just gonna walk in, invisible.
All right, so you guys are both invisible. You hear the voice say, "Here, take a seat," and pushes a chair out.
Thank
for you.
Thank you.
And he's
Thank
go-
you.
And he's gonna take a chair next to you. Fuck, hold on. So he's gonna say, "Did you ever?" All right. So he pulls up the chair next to you. Sit down. He does not actually ask you to listen to the story of Darth Plagueis. Why this may come as a shock to you. Okay, so he pulls up the chairs and says, "Hello, welcome to my tower. I have not had many guests in a very, very long time.
What about the people in the village? over
No,
there?
we never really got along necessarily. Had sort of creative differences.
Yeah, I had a similar like encounter with the village I lived in.
Yeah. So I barricaded myself in this tower with magical locks for the last 30 years.
Do you know what happened out there? Were they lizard people or?
Yep. What happened? What are you talking about?
The village was like scorched and everything was on fire, and there was like it looked like lizard people were running through.
Oh,
Is that not normal or?
no, it's very strange.
Mm,
No matter. Here, have some tea.
thank you.
A tea glass can appear from the ether and be handed to you. Yeah.
Alas.
There's just 2 invisible people talking.
with a
Floating
teacup.
object.
Yes, correct.
When you're invisible, you don't have to worry about how you look.
Exactly.
Is the village? What do you say happened to it?
It looked like everything was on fire. It looks like it's been scorched for several days.
Did that have anything to do with the surges of abnormal arcane energy in the area the last couple weeks?
We just got here. I'm not sure. We just
Oh,
walked
yeah.
through the death swamp.
Yes. Who are you? The death swamp?
Yeah. There's this swamp just south,
East.
east. It's just east of here. We just there's like some giant swamp monster and tons of snakes. A cool guy.
Did the
Okay.
Tarantoa tribe let you through? That's the tribe that lives right on the outskirts of town by the Death Swamp.
We didn't see anybody when we. There's no people. It's just barren.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's odd. I could have sworn there was a village there. Oh wow, what is your name?
I'm Worf, and I'm
young-
an alchemist as well.
young boy. And you feel an arm, a hand caress your arm slightly.
Hi.
More tea.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. What kind of tea
Okay.
is it?
It's Earl Grey. Very, very classy.
How do you say his name was Morty?
Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on, fellas? Oh, jeez, man. Nothing, man. We're just hanging out and stuff.
Oh, so Worf, your name is my name is Magustavus.
Magustavus? How long have you been here for?
30 years, like I said.
Okay, what do you have you invented? Are you just up here doing alchemy stuff constantly? Any good
Oh, so-
inventions that you've come up with?
It's a strange thing that yes, I have made several. Not sure if I should tell you this.
Oh, of course not. Only when you're comfortable.
Yes, perhaps with time I will divulge. But yes, I have made a great number of delicate and powerful discoveries in the alchemical and arcane realms. Yes.
I'm learning every day as well, but the conditions are rough right now.
Is it normal where you come from for arcane portals to open into your house, dump things on you?
I mean, well, recently my whole village got destroyed by like some kind of. I don't know. There's been a lot of weird things happening lately. I wouldn't put it out of the question. It's probably normal. I mean, have you seen any like weird things happening lately? I guess you
No,
don't go out much.
No, I live in a tower.
Okay, so you didn't notice any like crazy like,
No, I ate my feces for many years.
from over the mountains or anything.
No, I ate my feces for a long time before the portal started giving me food.
You know where
Very
the
nice.
portal?
Take a seat right over there. What was on
That's
the
my
agenda
only
tonight?
friend. No, it's very. I never thought to ask the portal.
How often does it?
A very, very nice portal, by the way. Oh, every day, 2 week, month. I don't have a good sense of time, to be honest.
Okay. Oh, what's your? Do you do anything with diseases, perhaps?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got some
really?
diseases actually. A boy many years ago and I were doing some experimenting, and I became much more familiar with the disease after that. Oh, some years ago, I was attempting to make a potion that would give abnormal strength, and instead seemed to create a culture that would destroy the tissue of your muscles and skin. But I don't know why anyone would be interested in that, so I stashed it away.
That sounds very interesting to me. That's my like expertise.
No, I don't think why I can't trust you with it if it is.
Well,
It's
I
not.
mean,
It's not safe.
Maybe I could do something to gain your trust.
You cough up green blood at this exact moment. No, what? No, yes, that you don't seem. I don't think I can trust. Are you okay?
I'm actually
Perhaps would you like some honey in your tea?
sure. Would
gonna
you
give
happen
you-
to know anything about regenerating and how to fix
Yes,
it?
I've heard there's a pool of acid some way to the east. That is. that is supposed to be quite restorative and capable of regenerating your wounds.
I mean, we kind of it's kind of far away, and we have to go through the swamp. Would you?
Well, I've been working on a method to regenerate people, but I haven't come across anything yet. Pool of acid, as far as I know, best bet.
I mean, maybe you want. Like, do you have any ideas? I'd like
Do you
you to
not-
like experiment on me a little bit. Nothing too severe. Like I'm cool
Are
with
you,
that.
you're offering to be a human guinea pig?
Just for like, just like a little bit, not that.
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Do my best.
Like,
Come up to the third. I've
well,
got
I mean,
a
like,
table
I'd
just
like
for
to
you,
know,
boy.
like,
Come on up. And he's gonna grab you and like pull you up. Your frail muscles. Okay, so he's
yeah,
gonna
my
take
favorite.
take
I
you
watch
up
him
to the
through
third floor,
the magical portal every night.
and we're gonna cut back to the Sarlacc pit.
I'll be right back.
Oh my god, what a thing to come back to! Is that the sound Dominus is making?
Yeah.
He's dumbfounded. Izzy, it's your turn first.
I will cast Scorching Ray.
Yeah, one of the tentacles.
Actually, because I have spell focus Scorching Ray, I cast 2 Scorching Rays and target 2's tentacles.
10,000 IQ.
So I have to succeed at a.
Before you do anything, both of you should probably make a perception check right now.
Will do.
Is Koresh, you notice, well, the gravity around you, the air around you feels somewhat different. Like your footing on the ground is not exactly secure.
Well, that's interesting.
Nail guns to
very
the
subtle.
ankles, go.
It would work.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna cast 2 Scorching Ray.
Yeah, roll for damage.
Dear fucking lord.
Oh
Dear
my
fucking lord.
god.
That is fucking terrifying, dude. Do I head to 23? Okay. What's blowing my mind right now is how much damage that heat metal did earlier
Yeah,
at 5d4. That's unreal.
5d4 plus 10.
Fucking spooky, dude. So
And
yeah,
they're both acid damage.
the tentacles squirm in agony, but yeah, they're fine. Dominus, it is your turn.
Do they turn acid looking or?
They do. Not.
I'm gonna keep slashing up top and just try to get through.
Do you like hit the membrane again?
Yeah. Eventually
hit
I'll
the-
have to get through, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounded great.
On max damage roll crit.
So you're gonna slam your sword against the membrane, and it's gonna compress deep in. There is gonna be a cut before your sword gets caught, and it's widened to about 1 foot in length now, and maybe an inch wide. Before the thing rubber bands back at you and throws you into the air, because as previously hinted, the gravity is lessened in some facet.
Great.
Not
I'll
gonna
slap myself with my wings.
Yes, you fly, we understand. But you are, in fact, currently drifting listlessly up. That is your course. You're not on the ground. Okay, so you're gonna stop yourself. Probably about 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
So, Tentacle's turn. We're gonna have one of the tentacles. Actually, 2 are gonna come and try to grab whatever your name is, Dominus, out of the air, and one's gonna try to grab Izcresh. I got that backward. 2 on Izcresh, 1 on Dominus. So give me a what's your CMD, Lapis? And Rav.
14.
CMD is 12.
Oh, you guys get grappled the fuck out of. You guys get very fucking grappled. And they're not going to directly hold on to you. They're just going to take you and fling you towards... Lapis is going to be thrown out towards the wall, which is about 100 feet away. And Rav's gonna be thrown straight up the way he was flying before. At a more rapid trajectory. In the process, you will both take. Well, Lapis, how much health? You have 2 health?
2.
Take 4. Rav, take 3. Just from the negative energy entering your body upon contact.
Wait, hold up. Negative energy?
Yes, negative energy.
That heals me.
Grath, you heal 3.
I have full health. I had full health.
10,000 IQ. Iskaresh is currently unconscious, hurtling towards an acid dome. Or something. Hurtling is a strong word. Drifting towards an acid dome. He'll get there in 3 turns. It's your turn, Izzy. Stabilize?
That's just a con?
Yeah. I think. Fuck, I always forget how this works in Pathfinder. We'll just roll with yeah. Yeah, you stabilize, I think. You know what the worst thing is? I remember reading this last time. And being like, I've got it now, and I'm never going to get it wrong again. And yet, here we are.
Oh wait, no, I don't. I don't have the feat yet that gives me the thing, so I did take 3 damage.
It's a DC 10 Constitution check.
Okay. So yeah, got a 20.
Okay. So you are at 0, as it were. Drifting listlessly towards an acid wall. You will arrive there in 3 turns, and it is. Well, you can take an action if you want. You might knock yourself unconscious, though.
I think that's all from.
And this we're going to call a session for today, guys. Great to have you over. So, Lapis, you just. Lapis, you gotta take your turn here. You can't be memeing right now.
I don't think. I mean, I went below 0. I fell unconscious, so I think I'm unconscious. So.
No, you just conscioused yourself. That was your Constitution check.
Oh, I conscious myself.
No, I thought that just stabilized him so he wasn't.
Yeah, I thought I just stabilized myself.
Oh yes, correct. You are no longer bleeding to death.
He's only
But
at
you are
1 if he rolls a natural 20.
Still conscious.
Yeah.
Or unconscious. So, Rav, it is your turn.
Can I make my way towards Iskaresh?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
The gravityless space dome was a great time to be able to fly. You can actually get there in like 1 turn if you want.
Yeah, I'll get there.
So, as you fly out, are you going to inspect your surroundings at all? You're just going
Kind of
straight
focus. I'm trying to not have my new buddy die.
All right, you're gonna grab him. Tentacles turn. The tentacles.
Hello. I have actions.
That is true. I just assumed movement and grab, but if you want to do something else, that's your prerogative.
I'm not gonna grab him. I'm just gonna heal him.
Okay. 10,000 IQ as always. I like it. That's actually quite smart. Is there a number to go with this at any point?
I thought it was gonna roll it automatically, but it didn't.
Honestly, so did I, until it didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why. No heal spells have the rolls built in.
Really?
What level are we? Like 5, right?
I believe so.
The heal 23.
Wow.
I rolled really well.
Wow, we've caught up in level to Aspen.
Okay, so the tentacles take their turn. As far as you know, nothing's happened. It is Izzy's turn.
The tentacles are Can I do like a perception check? Like I'm floating in the void now. Is there anything
You can
below
look.
us?
You can look at him. Oh, you want to look down?
Yeah.
That's vaguely. Now that you're out a little bit, your sense of perception is warping to the confines that you are in, and you can see that it is a 200-foot diameter globe that you are within.
So where do the tentacles come from? Just below the bottom of the island, or?
Well, that's where they were. That's where they were. Where they are now is, you see a fleshy mass, if you're looking around, a fleshy mass with six tentacles protruding from it, floating towards you.
Hmm.
It's 40 feet away right now.
Let's give that motherfucker another...
You can assume it was initially tethered to the bottom of the platform.
It's a fucking tumor.
Let's give it another scorching ray. So that'll be 2 more rolls for scorching ray.
Give it that hot damage. Alright, the whole thing, the whole mass of tentacles writhes and squirms. It's clearly like you can see there's bits of its flesh falling off. It's kind of the whole thing. You can see one of the tentacles brown and green, 3 of the tentacles undeathy looking, 2 of the tentacles acid looking currently. But the whole thing as a whole is flaking and peeling away at this point, and the center glob of flesh is thrashing and writhing. Dominus, what up, dude?
Well, Izzy's alive, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I sure wish I could do anything in a situation like this. Hey, I wonder if I could make this thing diseased.
You can try.
How far am I from it?
40 feet.
I'll get there real fast.
It's like right next to the island still. Is land? Yes, it is.
I need to check what the diseases do for contagion. This is important.
So we don't accidentally get the bubonic plague.
I mean, that would be good. Oh, I should have put on my vest too. What a mistake I've made in retrospect.
Yeah, we could have been twinsies. What color tie did you have?
Purple,
Jason's
I think.
wedding? Forgot.
Purple, I was on color.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think. I actually don't remember. I had the appropriately colored tie, that's all I know. Unlike some people.
Well, mine looks swag. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna fly towards it and then cast Summon Undead 3 on top of it.
Okay. I dig the fuck out of it. Your
And
casting
I'm
roll
going
check
to
nailed
summon-
it.
I'm going to summon a ogre zombie.
Alright. And what's the ogre zombie going to do?
Smash the fuck out of it.
Yeah, roll for damage, dude.
I need to look up the stats for the ogre zombie.
You can see the putrid mass of tentacles kind of sagging under the weight of the ogre zombie.
Does a giant interdimensional thingy have a butthole?
Has a +9 to attack.
That's a great question, Ken.
Does it?
It has
does it
one
excrete
orifice.
waste, is what I'm saying.
One orifice in and out.
Well, who knows how to digest things even?
That's a 27.
We're inside its extra-dimensional stomach, and you want to know how it excretes waste.
Yeah,
An extra
same way you
dimensional
came
butthole?
in.
It's a multifaceted well portal.
I assume it hits.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the tentacle mass, your ogre swings its club into the tentacle mass, which like literally explodes when it gets hit. When it explodes, you can see the walls of the room around you like warp and twist and then like suck everything in back to the hole. Like the realm collapses in on itself. And you arrive at the bottom of the well, which is about 10 feet deep.
Sweet.
You can see the sun right above you and everything. Sitting at your feet, you can see two things, both spherical and both covered in goop. In tentacle monster goop.
I'll take the goopy spherical things.
Good, good. You can put that on your character sheet too if you want.
Goopy spherical things?
Yeah, you can write Akiva's balls if you want.
No.
Lapis's balls.
So is the zombie ogre still sitting at the bottom of this well too?
Casey, you're muted.
Is zombie ogre sitting at the bottom of the well as well?
Sure is. Not a lot of room down there. Pretty toasty.
I'm sitting on his shoulders.
I think I'd be sitting in his shoulders right now.
So-
Same thing.
I'm still just picturing myself like on my way to the town hall. I'm like looking in the well as they just blink back into existence
Yeah,
at the bottom of it.
Happens. Like there's an impossibly deep well, and all of a sudden there's just people in a well that suddenly has a bottom.
So there's just Rattles, the random skeleton, and me holding this mysterious woman just staring down at you.
With a bunch of skeletons around you. Also looking down.
I'm gonna look up, see Salazar, shake my head.
We have new friend. And just wander into the town hall.
Dragging a woman behind you.
No. Carrying her bridal style.
As you do.
I'm a gentleman.
What do Iskaresh and Dominus do in the bottom of your putrid hole?
Izzy. We
Do
don't
Izzy?
speak of this to anyone.
That is a sentiment I wholeheartedly agree with. And I'll take out a set of pittons. I don't know. Can Dominus fly up? Is it
It's
why did I-
pronounced Piton. Thank you very
Piton.
much.
Pittons?
At 10 feet deep, Dominus can probably just leap out with the assistance of his wings.
Then I'll
Yeah,
hand him a rope.
probably.
I'll
Yeah,
hand him a
I'll
rope,
do
and if
that.
he leaps up, then pull myself up the rest of the way.
See, I don't take the rope because I missed it, and I'll have my ogre zombie toss you up.
Here, have some of this.
The ogre zombie is gonna lift up Iskaresh and just hold him up above his head because it's an ogre zombie and it's about the
fair.
size like he
Fair.
can reach over the edge now.
Very fair.
He might want to be fast though because it disappears in like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get out in time.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna follow Iskaresh into the town hall?
You mean Salazar?
I do mean Salazar.
I'm gonna
Sal,
look
you-
around and see if I see Worf anywhere.
Hold on, if you give me one moment, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry for that professionalism. So, Worf, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm getting pulled up upstairs right now.
All right, you get laid out upon a table, and he's gonna brandish a needle covered in some sort of green substance.
Wait,
And say-
wait.
Say, You're sure about this, right?
Oh wait, what's
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just sticks it straight into your neck. And you're unconscious now.
Okay. What happens to my tumor? Is my tumor still, like looking around?
It would be like groggy, but still functional.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of like doing the last thing you told it to do.
Okay.
Still looking around at the first floor.
Yeah, where you're on the third.
Good.
Okay, so you're unconscious, and you will not awake, but the rest of the party will see nothing. You'll see dust being kicked up towards the town hall if you're very observant. And that's where I'm calling the session.
Fields, Batman.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? I thought not.
It's not
a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith.
So powerful and so wise.
He could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities. Some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful. The only thing he was afraid of was losing his power. Which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. It's ironic. He can save others from death, but not himself.
That was the worst thing we have ever done.
I'm really happy we did that.
Oh, my head's so hot.
I should put a shirt on now.
Me too.
It still feels like heaven, cause we don't let the bad vibes get in, we don't let them win. Testify to the strength of a true bond, flying high over the heads of a rude mob, staying at the revolution of the whole cloud, kill them all with love. I don't care if they're talking about us. No, I don't care if they put us down. No, I don't care if the sky falls around us. We're riding on a pink cloud. Oh, oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I don't care. We're riding on a pink cloud. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Our mother is the boom in the baseline. Our father is the backbeat halftime. They say we were born under a bad sign. We say yes, so what? We're the ones who create our own world. Friendly assassins known as pegboard. All glory and praise to the bad lord. Kill them all with love.